Hi everyone, Quiveen here from the comfort of my kitchen. In today's video, we are yet again going to be looking into the future and a little bit further than we have recently. I will of course get back to all of the wonderful things happening this month, the eclipses, the occultations, the conjunctions. There's lots of great stuff going on. But in this video, we're going to look decades into the future to an event that was suggested pretty far back now. So we're looking all the way forward to 2092, and we're only looking as far forward as March and all the way through to the 27th of March. So we're looking decades into the future. As you'll be able to see, most things are going to be the same. Looking decades into the future, we still have the same constellations. It's still the March sky. Of course, the planets are in positions that they may not get into until that far in the future. Of course, it takes a long time for some planets like Saturn to change position in the sky. We are going to be looking for a planet. We're looking for the planet Jupiter. So we'll leave things move around here. Presumably, if we're looking for Jupiter, there we go. If we're looking for Jupiter, then it is going to be visible in the sky. We'll zoom in and take a closer look. We can see the moons. Jupiter's great red spot isn't quite visible. Jupiter's only just coming above the horizon for us here in Ireland. So just in case, and we've got plenty of its Galilean satellites visible as well. We are going to take away the atmosphere and Io and Europa lining up. That's pretty cool. We're going to take away the atmosphere and the ground so that we can follow this planet around the sky. Look at it from lots of different potential perspectives. We're going to be able to follow Jupiter through positions where we won't be able to see it in Ireland. Here we go, the 27th, that's the date. So we'll move through time. We can see Io going in front of Jupiter there. We've already moved back through from the 27th to the previous day. And we'll move through from the 27th through to the 28th without seeing too much change. We're able to see the moons going around Jupiter. I don't think at any point they were all obscured behind Jupiter. That would be interesting, but no, it doesn't seem to be the case. We'll pull out just a little bit in case Jupiter is passing through or passing past anything particularly interesting. We're looking into the constellation of Capricornus here. It's hard to recognize sometimes. Capricornus, of course, not the most obviously shaped constellation. Oh, don't want Jupiter to completely run away from us. So we're seeing it there. Of course, Jupiter doesn't move very far through the sky from our perspective. Jupiter takes a long time to orbit around the sun, so we don't see it moving particularly far over the course of a day or two. Because Jupiter doesn't seem to be obviously moving through anything or occulting anything, Jupiter can't be at opposition here because it is too close to the sun. If Jupiter was at opposition, we'd be seeing it directly behind the Earth. We're seeing it there at magnitude negative 2.05, and we can see that it's getting dimmer there, it's getting brighter here. Jupiter would be brighter when it is close to directly behind the sun because we'd be seeing a full Jupiter. Of course, we can't actually see it when it's in that position. We'd see Jupiter less bright as it's coming around to the sort of quarter Jupiter out towards, what we might call the first quarter of Jupiter or the second quarter of Jupiter, a half Jupiter. Of course, it never actually looks like a half because it's further from the sun than we are, but it is still kind of stretched out at an angle, not shining on us directly the way that it is at opposition or conjunction, whether that's directly behind the sun or directly behind the Earth. So it's not those things. If we, I will zoom in again, and hopefully I'll be able to see enough stars just to see, yeah, the kind of direction that Jupiter is moving. Oh, well, here we are. We're after moving months through time here, but we've got an occultation of Jupiter by the moon. This is the 2nd of April, 2092. But the 27th of March was definitely the date that I was told to take a look at. So let's just get back to that. Here we are on the 27th of March. There's Jupiter. And I'm not seeing anything in particular. So if anyone in the comments can help me out and maybe explain why I was told to look at this particular date. There must be something I'm missing. Maybe it's not something that Stellarium shows very clearly, but it does look like we've got Jupiter moving the way it normally moves. It's not yet in retrograde motion. It's not occulting anything or getting occulted by anything on these particular dates, and I'm not seeing anything strange happening with its moons. Also, it can't be at its brightest because it's not at opposition. So I'm at a loss with this one, but do let me know if there's a reason why this thing in particular was suggested. We have, of course, gotten an opportunity to take a look into the future here, so that's never a bad thing, at least. And we're going to keep going. We're going to look forward to another event that is also coming up in the distant future, not crazy distant future, but still distant. We will be able to see Jupiter at sunrise on this date, at least, so Jupiter will be visible. We're going forward again to the year 2104. So we're getting out of this century and into the next. We're going all the way forward to August and back a few days to the 21st. Now, for this future event, I was told to take a look for Venus. We're not seeing Venus there in the morning, so we'll move forward, or back, I suppose, in time to sunset. There was Venus, just barely visible from here in Ireland. So let's get rid of these trees here that are getting in the way and take a closer look. It's definitely looking very bright there. We're seeing it at a negative, a little difficult to see, but we're seeing it there at negative third magnitude. Neptune's really close by, so I'm thinking that this might be an occultation of Neptune. Let's get rid of the atmosphere so we don't have to worry about the sunlight that's getting in the way. I do think that is an occultation of Neptune by Venus. So we'll get it all the way up to, there we go, pretty much perfect. It's not a Oh, it is a perfect occultation. There was still a little bit of blue showing, but that must just be an artifact of Stellarium, of the way it changes the shape of these dots in the sky. We can see Triton there quite clearly while we're looking at Venus. It looks like Venus has gotten itself a moon. Of course, Venus doesn't have any moons, so it looks there as if Venus has acquired the moon Triton from Neptune. Let's take a look at Neptune and zoom in. We can see just here, because of the phases of Venus, we're not seeing a full Venus. So it looks like Neptune is disappearing a little bit before the visible portion of Venus actually gets in the way. That is an interesting thing that we can see happen with the moon as well. If the moon occults something in the right phase, then the object will disappear or reappear with a little bit of a lag because of the darker portion of the moon that we can't see. It makes it look like something's getting blocked out by a thing that's not even there, which is of course really interesting. So this one is nice and simple, an occultation of Neptune by Venus. It's definitely not going to be visible from here in Ireland, just because Venus is so close to the sun. We'd have to be closer to the equator to see this, but also this occultation is happening at a time when it's not visible from here in Ireland. So we are going to very, very quickly take a look at this. Firstly, we're going to go closer to the equator. That's definitely going to help. And then I'll just double check. We need to be almost on the opposite side of the planet. So let's just make a big jump right off the bat, nice and far. And we'll figure out the fine tuning after this. We'll figure out exactly where we need to be. Now that we know, here we have the sun at its highest, pretty much, and Venus and Neptune are after occulting each other. From this location, we have to be further to the east so that the sun appears further to the west, so it'll just be coming up in the sky. Now, that means wrapping around, I guess, to here. Let's see if that's improved things. It has. The sun is now very, very close to the western horizon. We'll go a little bit further. So I went in the wrong direction with my initial jump, but that's okay. We were only starting out roughly and then making finer adjustments. Okay, we'll need to go back a little bit from here. We can see that Venus is just under the horizon. So let's come back around to maybe here. I do want to be very, very close to the equator. Here we go. This might just about do it. So here we are. We'll take a closer look at Venus. and Neptune should be right behind it, nearly. We'll have to move forward in time a little bit for Neptune to go right behind Venus. And this is all happening while Venus is above the horizon. Not in darkness, though. Not in darkness. I think it would be better if this happened with Venus closer to the horizon, but under darker conditions. So that means we need to move back this way a little. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Just to give ourselves the absolute perfect chance, we'll go with the absolute perfect 0 horizon. Here we go, there's our 0 horizon. We are pretty much at the equator. We'll fix that a little bit. We'll say exactly at the equator there. Hopefully that will give us a chance to see this. We'll also go out into the countryside just to give ourselves the absolutely ideal view. While we're making so many concessions, we must be floating on a boat in the middle of the ocean as well to catch this. But here we go. Taking a look here, we can see the occultation. So with a powerful enough telescope, this roughly is the location. Let's just bring it up here again. So this is the location just off the coast of South America. This seems like one of the best locations, possibly the best location to see this future occultation from. So we can clearly see Venus. The sky is nice and dark. If you have a big enough telescope, Neptune would be visible as well. The entire thing should be visible from a dark location like this. So we can move back a little bit. The sun's just after setting. Neptune's there, clearly distinct from Venus. We can move forward through time. And this is just through about an hour's time. Yeah, a little bit more than an hour's time. And there we go, going under the horizon. So this gives the opportunity from this location, if you're in the countryside close enough to the equator, it gives you the opportunity to see this whole occultation of Neptune by Venus. So looking so far into the future, I think I might as well just say I hope you enjoyed this simulation of this very far future event. Maybe some of you will get to see it. If you're watching this video in the future, then maybe you're closer to the 2100s or 21, however people will say it. Maybe you're closer to the 2100s than we are, and maybe you will get a chance to see this. Most importantly, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do like it. If you like this kind of content, then you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can also read some of this information on my website, quivinscontent.ie. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here next time.